I started my journey where cybersecurity and data privacy were like that feel good factors, and you could just have one common tick box and says, okay, I have done this. Okay, it is there for you. From there, today, if you really see that, you cannot even think, forget about actually doing it. You cannot even think and visualize a product not having the cybersecurity with you and the data privacy.
Hello and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. This series uncovers the leadership strategies, industry insights, and governance philosophies of top executives and boardroom leaders. I am Sunny Pancholi, and today we are honored to have Mr. Sameer Mohammed, a seasoned IT strategist and project manager with 27 years of experience leading SAP implementations and enterprise transformations across industries like automobile, media, and logistics. He has held leadership roles at Bosch, HP, and Capgemini, driving high value projects, digital innovation, and business optimization. A multi award winning leader, he has been recognized with the PMI National Award and Best Global Project Award for Excellence in Project Management and Strategic Consulting. His expertise in risk management, IT governance, and business efficiency has helped organizations navigate complex transitions and achieve operational excellence. In this episode, we will explore Mr. Sameer's career journey, the evolution of IT project management, and how corporate governance and ESG intersect with digital transformation. Whether you are a technology professional, business leader, or aspiring executive, this discussion is packed with insights on navigating change and leading large scale projects. So, Mr. Sameer, welcome to FaceTime with Leaders.
Good morning, Sunny. Thanks a lot. It's really an honor for me to be in the FaceTime and to present myself in this sense. I would like to be happy that I would be part of the esteemed organization of these Directors Institutes and looking forward for this one.
Great to hear that, Mr. Sameer. So, to kick things off, every leader has a unique journey, one shaped by ambition, challenges, and unexpected opportunities. So, Mr. Sameer, with 27 years of experience across industries like automobile, media, and IT transformation, did you ever envision yourself leading large scale set projects and global technology programs? Also, looking back, what were the key moments, whether breakthroughs, setbacks, or unexpected lessons, that truly shaped your leadership path and brought to you where you are today?
Yeah, thanks, Sunny, for that question. See, right from the initial days of my career, I have been somebody who is passionate about technology as a topic. Okay, but over a period of time is what I realized that it is not just technology. People and process are much more important to execute a successful project. If you had asked me 29 years before that, I have, would you be a successful leader? Probably I would have just smiled and see, let's see how it goes, right? But today, if I look at the hindsight, right, if I have to really say a defining moment is that, like I said, my whole focus is about the technology, right? After my few years of experience, I realized that unless until you embrace the people who are doing your particular project and taking them along with you, you will not be able to do a successful project. That was the first shift for me towards going from technology towards people and processes. So when I did my first SAP implementation project, when it comes to very near to our go live related topics, we had certain issues which were really bothering us. Now we had a choice whether we could defer the go live by a week or so and tell the people that I would try to resolve all the issues and then do a go live, or go with a bold decision and say that I will go do this go live and make an informed decision for this particular business features, that this there may be certain issues, but don't worry, we have a very robust team who can take care of these particular activities. So I took the later decision to go ahead for this go live. That is when then I realized that I had the best of the technology solution available. If I didn't have the buy-in of the people who are taking the SAP product, I would have not been able to successful. So that was a really a defining moment for me to merge. So that mindset itself shifted towards more about people and processes. So if I have to really say as a personal takeaway from me is that leadership is not just giving a tangible leaders. It is creating impact on the society and also inspiring change for the people and taking them along with you. That would be my answer for this one.
Great, Mr. Sameer. And that's such a fascinating journey. It's incredible how certain moments, whether planned or unexpected, can completely shape the trajectory of a leader's career.
Yeah, very true.
All right, so continuing our conversation, Mr. Sameer, in today's fast evolving digital world, cybersecurity and data privacy are more than just compliance requirements. They are essential for trust and business resilience. So, with SAP implementations handling vast amount of sensitive data, how do you strike the right balance between strong security and operational efficiency? That is part A of my question. And how have there been moments where you had to make tough security decisions that challenge speed or convenience, and how did you navigate them?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for somebody who has been in the industry for just 29 plus years, I started my journey where cybersecurity and data privacy were like that feel good factors, and you could just have one common tick box and says, okay, I have done this. Okay, it is there for you. From there, today, if you really sees that, you cannot even think, forget about actually doing it. You cannot even think and visualize a product not having the cyber security with you and the data privacy. They really give you this trust and the business resilience for you, right? It is always a trade-off between security and a performance. If you increase your security standards and do it, then probably the business is getting hampered because the performance of business, the speed at which they could do your transactions could be slower. But having said that, if you don't have a good governance model, it could also mean that there are risks because of which you can have a financial loss. So it's a delicate balance between these things. So in our projects, we had a twofold approach. What we did was a rule based security access related topic, which we did with a multi-factor authentication for not all transactions, for all critical transactions. This is what we did. Okay. When we implemented this particular one, there were challenges. There were pushbacks from the business and also from the leaders who are leading this business environment. So what they said is that no, it is too tough for us to do things. It was all about change management. Then what we did was the first is that then we said we will do an awareness session about what all things are likely to come for them in future so that they can be more prepared. It is always the unknown is what fears us most as a person, whether it is an IT project or a human being. This is what is generally typical it is it. So we try to see this is what is the one. Then the second is what we have done is that so we try to analyze what are the risk scenarios which are predominantly happening in our organization and said we will do a checks for the higher risk ones so that we have a mechanisms. And there are certain mundane transactions which we can do day in and out where we automated our workflows and say that this does not read a very high fund or stuff risk to be done. So we can do an automated workflow. Somebody will get an email and then critically upload. This was the one of the measures what we did. The other thing what we did was, now with this new technology, emerging technologies, what we are getting is the AI is always there for us. So what we did was we implemented AI based anomaly check realization. What do I mean by this? Typically, an associate who is taking care of these accounts payable, he approves invoices between 5 to 6 lakhs of the worth. Now imagine suddenly this same person is approving a 25 lakhs invoice. This is not going as per the general norm what is done. So this is an outlier which is done. So we made a standard checks that if somebody is really doing something outside what is supposed to do, there's a red flag turned and there is an email triggered and saying that there is a checks and all things. So doing this one, no, there is not a very active thing. So people are actually doing their activity, but the backside governance is actually helping us to take care of these activities. So if I have to summarize this one, if I have to say, we did this risk based security framework, that was the first thing. We take care of the AI related enablement into this one. The third important thing is that, see, all this security and all these things, why we are doing, to see that the business users who are using the IT product, they are very comfortable, they can use it also. So we took them into confidence when we are designing this whole framework also. And trust me, it can never be a static thing when you design a security framework, when you take care of this particular topic, because everywhere you see the security assets are getting smarter and smarter and smarter. So you should have a framework which you say continuously you are monitoring and adapting to the latest situation, how the security standards needs to be improved. This is what we have done, if I have to say, Sunny.
That's such a crucial perspective, Mr. Sameer. The way you have broken down the challenge of balancing security with efficiency really highlights how leaders today must think beyond just compliance and focus on long term resilience.
Yeah, very true.
So, Mr. Sameer, receiving prestigious honors like the PMI National Award and the Best Global Project Award is no small feat. We all know that. It's a testament to years of dedication, innovation, and leadership. So looking back, what do these recognitions mean to you on a personal and professional level? And if you had to pinpoint the key achievements or defining moments that led to them, what would those be?
Thanks for bringing up this particular point. If I have to really take this one, I really get very overwhelmed on all these topics. When I start my project management journey way back in 2009, when I did my PMP certification from PMI, little did I know that I would be really taking in such a large global transformation project. But trust me, when I did my first SAP implementation project, it was not a success, right? So I had to really go through the grind and take the beatings, and that lessons learned really helped me. There was a stage where some of the leaders felt that, okay, Samir is not really cut out for these big topics. From there, today, when I look back and see having a best global project in a big organization where there are so many thousands of project managers, and then getting an appreciation from PMI, who is the epitome body for project management in the world, that is really like a purely perseverance and resilience type things. That day when I had the setback, I took it that come what may, this is a place where I would like to prove myself, saying that I am going to be somebody different and ensure that I'm going to do. If I have to say that this is really a validation of my years of dedication and resilience towards project management, if I have to really say. And this has really set up a benchmark in our organization when I got this particular award when it comes to PMI. Okay. SAP projects generally they are very large and needs a large transformation related topics. They are multimillionaire, very complex stakeholders into this particular one. Okay, but till the point where I brought in the people front into this particular one, no amount of technology related topics really helped me to resolve any particular issues. So if I have to really say, these people taking them along with me really helped me into these topics. We had lot of setbacks, especially when it comes to the regulatory compliance related topics. These were really unknown. Okay, we had the resources and all these things, but little did we could do and get away from this. There is no two ways that you cannot compromise with the legal and regulatory complex. Okay, these are like your basic hygiene. If it is not there, then you can forget about all the things what you are doing. Okay, so through the strategic leadership and our team agility, okay, and we are focusing always on the outcome, how the customer is getting benefited. Okay, what we did was we took up every challenge and converted it into an opportunity and see what is in these days, what is the worst thing which could happen, and then we went into a direction that okay, this is where it could go more strong, and then we convert into these particular things. So this award is not just for me, though as a project manager I went and received it. It is a cumulative effort of the team who always was behind me and traveled along with me in every ups and down. Their resilience and their ability to focus on the customer and adapt to the dynamic situation of project really got me into this particular place.
Truly, truly inspiring, Mr. Sameer. Hearing the journey behind these awards really puts into perspective how recognition isn't just about the end result, but about the resilience, innovation, and leadership it takes to get there.
Very true, very true. Yeah.
So, Mr. Samir, continuing our conversation, leading successful SAP rollouts is no small task. It's a high stakes transformation that can redefine how an entire organization operates. So, with so many moving parts, from stakeholder alignment to system integration, companies often underestimate the complexity involved. Based on your experience, what are the top three factors that truly make or break an SAP implementation?
Yeah, this is really actually a very tough one, Sunny. If you typically see in SAP, large SAP transformation projects, which is generally more than a year, and many times it is close to 2 years. All my SAP transformation projects were more than 1 year and close to 2 years. So, and there are so many factors. SAP, if you see, it's a very gigantic ERP which has a lot of cross-functional. We have a finance topic, we have a supply chain related topics. But having said that, if I have to really narrow it down to the top three, the first one would be the most important, which I feel is that a strong executive sponsorship and good stakeholder alignment. Why do I take this one? Having said that, it is a very large scale transformation project and it needs multi-million dollars, okay, and we do a long duration. Without having the buy-in of a strong leadership, you will never be able to crack anything. Okay, this is the first thing. And then business is not just one particular area. We have cross functional people, we have a logistics people, we have a supply chain people, we have a procurement people, we have a finance people. These people all have their own priorities, but today they have to come to a common priority which could be under bigger umbrella, which you could be successful for us. Okay, so having a strong steering committee which is comprising of all the key stakeholders so that the priorities can be managed is a very important factor, because this steering committee can give a clear vision and show these are the business benefits what we are likely to get after completion of this one, because it is not going to happen overnight. So we need to be resilient and move forward in this topic. The second important topic, connecting from the people perspective, right? You have a great technology, you have a great tool, but if you don't have a good change management and if you have not taken care of the users early in your implementation. What do you mean by early implementations? If you're not given a good orientation, we used to say something called as show and tell. Before even start of the project, they say, hey, this is how generally SAP as an ERP works. There are no risks involved in things. This will be today's world and this is will be your tomorrow's world. An extensive tale. If I'm a procurement person, I have to be informed to that level that this is today's world and tomorrow's world. These are all the things which is newly how it is going to help you in deliver a business results faster. That perspective is what is very very important. And second T, change is from an IT side, we know as an IT partner, but inside the organization the business needs to be ready for this change. So you need change agents inside the business to actually work with you. So that is the second thing. Third is that if you have a large implementation project which you have to do, always it is advisable that you do a small pilot where everybody can look and taste the fruits, and from that lessons learned and you do a gradual rollout for this particular one. Okay, coming to the third point, if I have to really have to say the data migration related topic, okay, and the system integration are the third important thing which I have to say. If you, we all know that if you take the garbage out and put garbage in, you have the best sophisticated software, but is still the underlying data, if it is garbage, it's of no use. There have been projects where the customer have been very adamant that we want to force fit the same master data into the new thing, but though we suggested the best practices which was not heard, they had to really burnt their fingers and learn it from those things. So critical is to do a thorough data cleaning, always do a mock before we actually do a go live. And the system integration part, today SAP implementations in ERP cannot happen in silos. You need a customer management system, you have a supply chain management system, you have an SAP systems, you have other systems. All of them have to talk to each other. Unless until your master data is very common, how, for example, if you are talking about a vendor who is actually a partner in your ERP system, If the partner number is not same the way all everybody treats it, Sunny could be treated as Samir in the next system. Everything is getting collapsed here. So to sum up, if I have to say three important things: strong leadership, change management and user training, data migration, and system integration are the top three things in our SAP implementation projects.
Let me tell you, Mr. Sameer, that's such a valuable breakdown. It's clear that SAP rollouts aren't just about technology, they are about strategy, people, and execution.
Yeah, very true.
So, with an incredible 29 years journey leading large scale SAP transformations, digital innovation, and global IT programs, Mr. Sameer, you have already made a lasting impact in the industry. But looking ahead, what's next for you? Are there specific aspirations, whether in leadership, governance, or technology, that you are passionate about pursuing?
Yeah, I think this is been the moment. If I have to say, like I said, right from the beginning, I had been passionate about technology and which is still there with me. So at the background, I have been transferred into a leader who is no more focused about people, but the underlying still current remote things. For me, where I would like to focus and go towards one is that the first is on the boardroom leadership and corporate governance is the place where I would like to start off first with. To get into more details, focus more on the governance frameworks, the IT strategies, and the ESG initiatives which an organization has things. Today, we cannot have initiatives which cannot be complying with ESG. That is given for all of us. Digital transformation, when we are doing, it is not just about IT, right? And you can do not do it only for one time. They have to be sustainable, they have to be ethical, and also they have to have a long standing impact in our journey, right? That is the first point. Second thing is that as we grow up in the leadership, it is very important to see that how are you going to mentor and nurture the young generation. And no organization can just perennially function with one or two leaders. You need to have a mechanism. How are you going to bring up the next challenge people, bring up the new generation, give them that strategic acumen, think them and push towards that the forward thinking so that they are well equipped and take the organization into a forward thing. One important thing message which I would like to put in this one is that leadership is not that I have acquired something. It's an in the VUCA world, it is a continuous evolving topic where you have to be very quick and adaptable to the day-to-day changes which is happening, right? And the third thing is about pioneering the digital transformation in the organization. With lot of experience what I have, I would like to guide the team towards focusing on the technological innovations, taking advantage of my experience, but do a responsible and ethical adoption of technology. This is where I would like to go. It is not just technology. To summarize, if I have to say, sustainable innovation, mentoring of the people is what I would like to see. I am more than excited and I would like to embrace this opportunity going forward, like how I have driven all the passion for my project managers.
That's such an exciting vision, Mr. Sameer.
Thank you.
So, talking about corporate governance, it plays a critical role in steering organizations toward long term sustainability and success. In your experience, how do you see the intersection of corporate governance and IT strategy, especially when managing large scale SAP transformations?
Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, SAP project, when you say a large IT transformation projects, it is very imperative that if I don't align my SAP transformation project with the IT strategy and corporate governance, it can never be a successful project. It could probably a technologically and operational success, but if you don't take into this particular after, you may have a brilliant product, but nobody is actually happy and able to use and really able to get a benefit out of it. So we need to balance the governing principles from what how we can do forward for these business objectives. One example could be is that you could take the business principles and governance model from ITAL and move forward and doing this one. In one of our S4 HANA projects which we were doing, GDPR is a very, very important things when you do a large global transformation project, right? So it is important that when you are designing the whole framework itself, you integrate this kind of factors into that so that tomorrow you are not getting into a legal or regulatory risk, right? Needless to say, like I said earlier, the steering committee is the second important for you to have the overall governance. If not, you have a strong business which is pulling each other to take the whole implementation into one particular direction, which may not be the core objective of the overall ERP implementation which you would like to do, right? So having this one as a governance mechanism is very important. The third governance place where it is there, we typically do risk management for a particular project. That is very imperative for a project manager to do. But when you do a large SAP transformation project, it is important that you do a transformation at an enterprise level and look at a big picture. Which other IT systems is my SAP system talking to each other? What are the challenges what we have from that particular topic? What are the security standards what they have? What security risks I put into things? What are the financial controls they have into this particular? Bring all these things and then form your SAP architecture so that it is a very cohesive architecture which can talk to each other. You have a great product, but it doesn't talk to anybody. It can never be called as an enterprise product. Eventually, nobody will use. So we should have in a way that we can have our real-time audits possible in these things. All our compliances made into this one. This is how I would like to summarize this one.
That's a fantastic perspective, Mr. Sameer. It's clear that integrating strong corporate governance with IT strategy isn't just about compliance. It's about ensuring that projects align with the broader ethical and strategic goals of the organization.
Very true. Very true.
So that brings us to the last question of the podcast. And let me ask you, Mr. Sameer, you have recently joined Directors Institute, an organization known for its focus on corporate governance and leadership excellence. So, how has your experience been so far, and what value have you found in being part of this esteemed community of directors and leaders?
Yeah. Thanks for asking this, Sunny. In professional journey, you do take a lot of calls and make some decisions and move forward. I feel in my professional journey, one of the most recent and probably the best decision I have taken is going towards enrolling myself into the director institutes. Right from the moment I took the decision till the day now I'm taking to you, Sunny, in this FaceTime, my journey has been extraordinarily brilliant. I would have to say, right? So the right from the registration process, the various sessions, how it goes, the deep level insights, right from corporate governance, leadership excellence, whether the governance framework, how do I have to look at the regulatory compliance, what I am doing, how can I make a strategic decisions by complying all these things? Okay, there were so many sessions where senior leaders and directors came into pictures. Industry express came and delivered their insights. Something very newly also I learned is about ethical leadership. Okay, technology is one aspect, but how do you can be ethical in doing this one? How do you balance your innovation by at the same time being very compliant and sustainable also? It is not a one day job, right? Brilliant case studies, mock sessions what I have with the fellow people for the boardroom sessions, lot of insights about digital transformations, network opportunities. It gave me a lot of fresh perspectives when there were so many discussions happening with people is that, oh, this never thought struck to me, right? I would really say that this has been really one of the best professional decisions in the recent past. I'm so glad that I have taken this decision and happy to be in this FaceTime today, Sunny.
Wonderful to hear how your involvement with Directors Institute has influenced your approach, Mr. Sameer.
Thank you, Sunny.
Let me tell you, Mr. Sameer, we had an incredible conversation today. Your insights on leadership, digital transformation, and the vital intersection of governance and technology have truly given us a fresh perspective on navigating the complexities of today's business's landscape. So, Mr. Sameer, thank you for joining in, and we had a very insightful and enlightening conversation today.
Thank you very much, Sunny. I thank you, Director Institute, also for giving me this opportunity. Have a good day.
Before we sign off, remember this, audience: leadership isn't just about where you are, it is about where you are going. And every step you take today shapes the world you will lead tomorrow. So, thank you for joining us on FaceTime with Leaders, where great leadership doesn't just happen, it's built. Keep leading with purpose, and we will see you next time. I'm Sunny Pancholi signing off. Stay inspired, stay impactful.